Hello. Okay, I wasn't quite ready, but all right, we're here. Hello. How are you guys doing? So we're doing an Aquarius reading. Clean that off because it was dirty from my face. All right. My eyes are getting a little bit of color back into them. This one's still really dark. Okay. Okay. Jupiter. Alright, cool. We have Jupiter energy coming out. Sidereally, I have Jupiter in Aquarius. There's this energy about Jupiter in Aquarius. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be that. I just resonate with the energy of Jupiter in Aquarius. I also have Pallas Athena with Jupiter. That's sidereally, though. There is an energy about, like, being a really solid, like, team player for Aquarius. We're also doing South Node. I have Jupiter with my South Node in Aquarius. So, they're very far apart, though. So, it's like one on the other side. But anyways, we also have Escapist. So, come home to yourself. The number 32 could be of significance. I think this was one of the very first decks I ever got. There's like a crown energy here as well, like a halo. Okay. I didn't ever change this. There we go. Alright, so I think we're gonna... Okay, so I've been heartbroken since I realized how much I've hurt you. Now, there's an energy with Aquarius South Node, which would mean that you have your North Node in the sign of Leo, and Leo is all about sex. And just being like a sexy baby, being a sexy baby. I don't know, is that what they're about? Sexy babies? I think that's what they're about. Like sex and having babies and procreation and feeling like that bitch and just like being very much so confident in yourself, in your body, whether it's your body that you're working on. But there's just a very strong sexual energy to Leo that I feel like a lot of Aquarius signs, not necessarily they miss out on it, but tapping into that opposite energy of Leo, which I'm sure you would kind of tap into it if you were to be with somebody that would be like an opposition to you. That's not true though. My dad is an Aquarius and he was pretty... I mean... Anyways, yeah. I just remember one time, like when I was a kid, I didn't get to see my parents very much. They did drugs or whatever, but Chuck, my stepdad, I called him Daddy C. Daddy C. Okay. My mom like found pictures of like their friend Beth, like it was like Polaroid pictures. He was all about Polaroids. He had a lot of Polaroids. It's like because it was all back in the day, whatever. But she found them and she was so fucking mad, dude. Oh my god, she was mad. Oh my god, I can remember it like it was yesterday. Whoo, she was so mad, dude. Why was she so mad? Holy moly. I mean, like, they always, like, worked it out. They always figured things out. The fucked up thing, though, was, like, well, never mind. My mom is different, dude. My mother is different. My mother is different. She's of a different breed, dude. She's not, I don't know. She's low-key fucked up, dude. Like, low-key, like, back in the day, she used to be low-key fucking fucked up, dude. She was a fucked up bitch, dude, for real. She had fucking problems for real. I'm not even playing with it. She probably still does. And that's why it was really difficult for me, like, once my stepdad died, because he really played, like, the bad cop my entire life. And then, like, he died, and it was like, okay, so there's obviously no rules anymore, because this bitch can't tell me what to do. She's a fucking retard. No, I'm sorry, that's so rude. She is not... Come on, Mom. So there was that, and I feel like that's part of the reason why I had to go, because there was a new child involved. Why am I talking about this? So yeah, there was that. Fuck. What a shit show, dude. The first house. immediately the way you project yourself, do it on your own. Making the right connections, the idea in question, and getting your ideas going. The third house and the first house. We also have Taurus energy coming through the south node. There will be anxiety about trouble. Remember, reconsider, and now is not the time to. I don't feel that way about the south node. Me, myself, personally. I have Jupiter sitting with my south node, so there's nothing really too bad that can go into my south node. My south node tends to manifest. My south node is... My hair is so short. Oh my gosh. My south node doesn't give me anxiety at all. Now, the south node does really talk a lot about the collection of energy. It's where like, if you were to do it, like, cast an astrological wheel, depending on, if you say you were able to move your ascendant wherever you wanted, right? Whatever house placement sat the best for you at that time. And say that you need to get some third house energy, right? You need to give some energy to your community, to your friends, to your social media, to your writing, to your, like your basic skills, the things you just kind of like know how to do, right? It's like someone might know how to, like, they might be really skilled at doing their makeup. That's a third house thing. Or they might just be skilled at doing makeup in general. Someone might be really good at typing. That's a third house thing. It's a skill that you have, that you do with your hands, that you can create something out of. So it can be a vast amount of things, the third house. So if I were to cast a chart and say I need I would need my south node energy to enter into my third house, I would cast that would be a Sagittarius rising chart, because your third house from Sagittarius is Aquarius. So that would talk about there being a very big expansive energy when it comes to communication, when it comes to your ideas, being like the person that just has really great and amazing ideas. I also have the sixth house here, which is your daily routines, strongly tying into that mercurial energy that technically rules the third house. Mercury also rules the sixth house, or the sixth, like, of Virgo, which talks about health and like doing something on the daily. So it could be talking about having ideas in regards to your daily routine. Okay, so don't think there could be anxiety about it. Maybe you're trying to relieve some anxiety about something, about your community, about the people you want to talk to, the people you need to talk to. You could be trying to re-establish a relationship with someone in your family, a sibling, potentially. There's the north node, so strong energy on that. The seventh house, the fourth house, and the moon. Let me get a planet. Pluto. Libra. I tend to get along well with people that have their Plutos in Libra. They tend to be kind of older than me. They tend to be older than me. Specifically Sagittariuses. My mom is a little bit, her birthday's a little bit too late. Because she's a Capricorn. She's a double Capricorn at that. Or people that have their Plutos in Scorpio a little bit. It tends to be a little too intense for me. The people that have their Scorpio Pluto, that generation tends to be a little too intense for me. I've got Lilith and Chiron and Mercury there. So it can kind of, it can make it a little bit too intense for me. Especially that Chiron energy is really strong. And it's in my 8th house of like sexuality. So I guess technically it would be in my 12th house of subconscious mind if I was casting a third house south node chart. This is supposed to be for the north node in Aquarius. I'm not doing that. Sorry. But we can do both, I guess, kind of. But I won't put the north node in Aquarius for me personally, because I'm going to continue to collect that energy. Because that's my life purpose, is to collect Aquarian energy. See? So. That's what I get to do in this lifetime, is to collect Aquarian energy. And I have the North Node where the king sits, where you usually pour all of your energy, Aquarius, onto the king, into the people. I take the energy from the king and I pour it into you. So subscribe to the channel if you're interested in that. I do my best. Sometimes they're just kind of like normal readings, but for me, I feel like a lot of the energy work in these readings is done behind the scenes, and this is just kind of like the accumulation of the energy that I'm going through. So let's see, Aquarius. You have a lot of astrological placements out. You could have like a really diverse chart where like you have a lot of like a wide variety of placements, or like a wide variety of like prominent houses in your chart. I have Uranus in Aquarius at 8 degrees. I have Neptune at 29 Cap. Let's see, Aquarius. This was flipped up, the Death card. Transformation. You know, things are changing. The world is really changing. Like, just like the world in general is really changing. It's just changing. It's going to be a slow process, but it's going to change. It's like things are going to change. They're not going to stay the same that they are right now for very much longer, I don't think. So make sure the people and the things that you hold really dear to you, don't forget them. Like, continue to speak about them, continue to pursue. Don't get discouraged if things aren't connecting the way or at the speed that you want them to, because the process will be slow. It's just a slow process. So just like, don't give up on people that you care about. Continue to like hold your vision through the transition period that you're going to be experiencing. Now we do have Pluto going through Aquarius. I'm not really exactly sure what Pluto moon does. I've heard it's not the most positive, but it could be really powerful potentially. You could be going through some really big feelings of like depression, maybe a little bit, or like see, we have immediately, and then we have Pluto. There's something that like I don't know if it's a person or if it's an energy or an idea that gives you a lot of anxiety, Aquarius. But you can, like, I don't know, it's like it's really intense feeling with the Pluto energy there. You really wanted this thing. There could be a conflict between like your long-term relationships and your home base that you're feeling a little bit nervous about. The North Node is with the 7th and 4th house, so there's almost like a diplomacy, a fair deal, get a fair deal. Something you might have to be like bartering for maybe in the future. The 7th house can deal with that a lot. Could have it to do with a house, a home. Let's get into the tarot. All right, Aquarius. North Node. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is really fast. Doesn't think so much before he speaks, or when he has an idea, he really runs with it, almost to the detriment of him. So be careful with that, right? Allow your ideas to get your ideas out of you and document them if you have ideas, or if you're just feeling like there's a time when your mind is really rich and full of ideas. Keep that. The Queen of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. The King of Wands. The Six of Swords. And the Queen of Cups. So we have a Knight and a Queen of Wands. We also have a Queen of Cups. Okay. Now I used to really resonate a lot with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is really pure energy. She has this really interesting cup in her hand that can be used for cleaning out the water of the world, the emotions of the world. It can be almost seen as a storage place for sacred water, whether it's water that's been blessed or maybe it's water that's been tainted. They can be really good at holding emotions in that don't need to be given to the world. Like the pathogens that maybe like something that would be polluting the water could be put in this cup because there's no way to open it. It's sealed. Okay, so this Queen of Cups is kind of sealed right now. Her ideas, her fears, her inability to, or her fear around connection, her fear around communicating, her fear around traveling, her fear around change is really being sealed and put away. And we are allowing this King of Wands to kind of come forward. And I feel like this King of Wands is looking at this Queen of Wands. And there's something that needs to be worked on. There's something that might need to take some work that needs to be done very quickly. I need a clarifier, please. Can you tell me a little bit more about the connection and why is this King of Wands with the North Node looking at this Queen of Wands? And then it looks like this Queen of Wands is looking down at this Queen of Cups. And the Knight of Swords is the other direction, is going the other way. And the Queen of Swords. Very interesting. I want to show you this so you can look at this. You can see here how this Queen of Wands... Oh, sorry. You can see here how this Queen of Wands is looking, and how she's looking down at this Queen of Cups. And this Queen of Cups is almost looking down even farther onto the ground. She's just looking at the earth. This Queen of Swords is here, and it's almost like she's lifting this King of Wands up. She's putting this King of Wands on a pedestal. So there could have been an energy here where this Queen of Cups maybe had some bad emotions, some bad toxic energies inside of her, opinions, just things that have happened in the past that could have been kind of trying to put this King of Wands down, make this King of Wands feel not as good about himself. Or maybe there was just her own insecurities, was creating a sort of sadness in this King of Wands. This King of Wands wasn't able to be as outgoing as he would like to be due to things from the past. Just having anxiety or trying to work something through. After this work is done, though, this Queen of Wands transforms into a Queen of Swords. And I don't know, the Queen of Wands to the Queen of Swords. Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords are like best friends. The Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands get along very good. They really do. Whether it's the Piscean side of the Queen of Wands and the Libra side, it doesn't matter. It's very harmonious. The same way that the Queen of Cups gets along really well with the Queen of Pentacles, right? The Queens of the Swords and the Wands, that's like a little clique of people. So there could be something about this Queen of Cups maybe feeling different, feeling left out, feeling like there might be like incompatibility, or like just like feeling like the oddball, or feeling like the one left out. Maybe because of your emotions. The World. The Ace of Pentacles. And the King of Cups. It's like, okay, this King of Wands stopped looking at this Queen of Wands, or making an opposition. And there could have been some sort of like, I don't know if you gave someone a hug, or if you just did something and it kind of... Or the fact that there was this connection caused the Queen of Cups to become the King of Cups, and now she's in the middle of the ocean with no dry land around her. The emotions grew, they got really big. Somebody was seen for who they really were. Maybe this Queen of Swords, if she did something that was out of the norm or out of the ordinary, an air sign female did something that was out of the ordinary, kind of diplomatically, with the seventh house energy. And I feel like this person was kind of being, she was nurturing and caring and kind to maybe somebody that doesn't receive that kind of energy very often. And a judgment call is being made based on the words, or based on the way that this Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands energy presented herself, which was different. It was not normal, but I feel like it was based in an energy of love and caring and kindness, and a true desire to help bring more of a union to a situation where someone might have at some point in time felt divided. And we have this King of Pentacles and the Lovers. Ten of Swords after that. So just be aware. There's a lot of love in this situation. There's a lot of love in this placement, in this house. There could even be some weird energies of, you know, wandering eyes a little bit here, with me starting the whole reading with talking about my mom and Beth and Chuck. I don't know why I thought of that. That was super random. That was so long ago. I was so young. That was probably one of my first memories ever, honestly. Can't remember where we were living. It was some weird place. Can't remember. He was in Salem somewhere. It was like weird. I think that house was like the first time I ever like saw porn in my life. I think that's where it was. I was like, what is the white stuff coming out? Oh, weird. Why am I remembering that? Oh, like, you know, Alyssa Waterman. Why would you show me that? What? Anyways, I was way too young to see that. Okay, so we all have those memories where we're like, what the fuck? Ew. Okay, cool. Right on. Let's keep going. Libra. New moon in Libra. Know you are loved. Practice gratitude. Cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. My vibes speak louder than my words. New moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. Fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. Work through your fears, Scorpio. Personal issue reaches resolution. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. Okay, so you've chosen fear, a fear of love. So you're scared of love. Well, that's retarded. That means you're scared of magic. That's all magic is. Really, it's like the more love that you can cultivate, because the only way that things truly change, if you're hoping for a good change, now you can change things out of hatred, you can change things out of jealousy and spite, but the only way that things will ever manifest for you positively in a way that you want at all, it can't be desire, it can't be wanting, it has to be through the energy of love. And when you can really truly begin to generate the energy, dance with love, do something to change your energy. Okay, so like you have to find something, anything, whether it's a fictional TV character that you have a crush on, you have to find something that makes you begin to feel that spark of love inside of you. And if you can find a real person to have that happen, it can be anything. You just have to find something that gets you generating the energy of love, whatever it is. And whenever you find that thing that makes you feel that energy of love, lean into it, right? Devote yourself to it. It doesn't really matter. Just like once you find that thing, know that once you find the thing that makes you create love, right? That makes you make love, not necessarily making love with another person. It could be another situation. It could be anything that just makes you generate an energy of love. You need to lean into that. If you're able to find that, it's probably pretty rare. I mean, I'm not a generator in human design, so when I find something that makes me generate something, which is very rare for me, I tend to lean into it. So that's the message I have for you guys. I hope that made somewhat of sense. Let's get the Path of Horror Tarot out. All right. We'll do another spread really quickly just to see what comes out. I haven't used this second one. I think the first ever tarot card reading I ever watched was an ESO tarot video. I remember it was the lion, or not the lion, it was the tiger and the bee. It was like this person, that person, the first tarot card reading I ever got in my life on YouTube. I've gotten one in person before. The first card I ever pulled out of a tarot deck was the Queen of Wands. I didn't pull it. It was pulling for me by a guy named Derek. When I was kind of like traveling around, I was technically homeless. I wasn't homeless. I was a traveler. I was a traveler. His name was Derek, and he had like a business shirt on his head, like a turban. It was weird. It was the Queen of Wands. The first card ever I pulled. And the Queen of Wands is about receiving dick, right? It's like receiving fire, because the queens are all going to be receptive of some energy, of an element. So the Queen of Wands receives fire. She receives passion. She receives a lot of masculine attention, because masculines are really like the king energy. Their base element is fire. So queens tend to receive a lot of energy corresponding to the kings. In any element, but a lot of times, like, once you're a grown man, a lot of times, not saying grown, but like, you really, like, you start to think like more so with your dick, right? It's like Two of Cups. Justice. Strength. The Knight of Swords. Notice how he has red bottomed shoes. The Queen of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Queen of Wands energy, you're feeling a little stingy right now. You're holding back a little bit. You could be feeling like you could right now, currently with the North Node being on where the Queen of Wands rules, you could be feeling a little bit drained, a little bit depleted, to the point where like you're holding back a little bit. You know, you're not really willing to give much of yourself to anyone that is not willing to hold your hand. Somebody that's not willing to stand beside you. So it's like you don't mind holding hands with people, but they have to hold your hand. Like, you're not just gonna... They have to hold your hand. This person has to stand beside you. Maybe even through a trying time when something about you is being questioned to the world, or something about you is being like who you are is being tried, or who you are is being like kind of scrutinized maybe a little bit with this Knight of Swords strength energy. Somebody that thinks they're stronger than you, somebody that thinks they're better than you. You're not willing to share your ideas with people unless they're willing to hold your hand. And it would seem as though like there could be an energy of like yeah. Do one more. The Devil card was in this Path of Horror Tarot from the first deck that I read from. I got it confused because it's like kind of like a similar aesthetic, so there will be an overall energy of the Devil throughout your entire reading. You can't kill me if I'm already dead. Whoa. Whoa. Communication. Ignorance. Letting go. Reality. Challenge. Emotions. She doesn't have a face, it got torn off. Alright, so it's not that wait, what is he saying? It's not that your feelings don't exist, they just don't matter, I just don't care, or something like that. Shout out to Sleep Token. It's not your feelings don't exist. What does he say? He says something about your feelings and them not existing, or them not being real. They're really not, honestly. But they are kind of. I stretch my leg out. Ow. Shout out to all the people that make music, dude. I love music so much. It's my most favorite thing in the world. I would say that it makes me feel things. That's why I like it. Like movies, they kind of make me feel things, but I like music because it's like I don't have to really follow. I can create my own story off of the music and the feelings that music makes me feel. Or it's like when I'm watching a movie, you really have to pay attention to the timeline that they're putting out in front of you. With music, especially when you listen to the same kind of songs that carry the same frequency, you can really begin to like create timelines based off of the emotion that, or like the seals that the songs like break open within you. There are also great places to store energy, to communicate energetically. Like you send someone a song or you send someone something like that, they watch it and it'll give you a pretty good idea of how they're doing and what they need, what they're going through. So it's not like trapping their energy, but it's a really good way to kind of see how they're doing. So if I ever send you like a song, because I don't know, sometimes I send people songs. I send people songs quite often, actually. Positive energy and compassion. Sometimes it can be a way of me seeing how you're doing. Especially if you are able to like really imprint on the video or on the song. Like, I know a song that I imprinted really strongly with was the very first Sleep Token song I ever heard, which was on their very first released album. I don't know why this song doesn't have more views. It's called Thread the Needle. And I can remember when I very first watched it, like I was just like stuck in it. And I can remember just like literally seeing my reflection on my computer screen and like looking at my face in the reflection of the computer. And I like imprinted myself into that song. I remember exactly what I was wearing. I can see my face perfectly still on the screen. So like if there's a song that's really important to me, I tend to do that. Like I'll imprint myself into them. I'll imprint myself into the artist as well. I've always kind of done that since I was a kid. You can like go back and see the people that I've impacted or that have impacted me very strongly. I tend to impact just as strongly, if not more so. Especially with music. Music's always just been so important to me. Let's see. I think like Aaron Gillespie from Under Oath. You can definitely see like when I was really young, right? Like the ones that when I was really young, I was just like pure innocence. Those ones are the best, I think. Aaron Gillespie was one of them. You can definitely see it. Like if you look at You're Ever So Inviting. Aaron Gillespie is the redhead, short one that plays the drums and sings. Kellen Quinn from Sleeping with Sirens was another one. I don't listen to them so much anymore. I've been listening to them a little bit more lately. I think that was my favorite band when I tried to like when I had my unaliving attempt, the bad one. Yeah, but you can just really see, like, even with my timeline. And then I think shortly after that, they released Better Off Dead, which was symbolic of, it was just, you know, they were just tapped into the frequency. So, something about that. And then there was the Strays, that Sleeping with. I just recently heard that song. I stopped listening to them altogether just because I was kind of like, I went into a completely different realm. I'm still kind of in that realm. The realm's I haven't, like, geographically, I'm still in that realm. But the realm has just changed a lot since I had first gotten here. Justice and the Ace of Pentacles. Death. The Three of Wands. The Chariot. And the Empress. Bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. I'm going to leave that message there for you guys, okay? I don't really want to get too much into that. That's what it is, though. Time to die. What's that from? Cat in the Hat? I think it's from Cat in the Hat. Yeah, I have a problem with the word canine, or I have a problem with the word dog. I think it's really, really wrong. I prefer the word, what does he say? I prefer the word canine American. Sorry. Freaking Mike Myers is so funny, dude. Okay. I'm done. What is this? We have Mercury in Taurus in the 9th house. and in the 12th house. Try not to be so stubborn, please. It's not going to get you as far as you think it will. So just try and be, easy to work with. Don't be super, just be mutable, right? Or like, I know you're fixed, but just try to compromise. Don't be so set in your ways that you fuck your relationships up in life because you have an inability to just like work with people. All right? Working with others, moving slowly, getting there soon. You can now rest at home in peace, privacy, and comfort for you to heal. Should I wrote down a while ago? I haven't been able to write with this red. I have this red, like, what is it? It's a Ticonderoga. These are like the best pencils that you can sharpen, but it's red. I haven't written anything with it yet. I don't know what to write yet, so I've been waiting. I have it right there. I just really want to use it, but I don't know what to write yet. Hope is the conduit for miracles. I would say love is the conduit for miracles, in my opinion, personally. I'm going to go now. I miss my father. He was actually the best in the world. I'll show you a picture of him. He was Aquarius. He was born on Valentine's Day. He was 6'4". So he was really tall. That's my sister. We're at the Enchanted Forest in Oregon. Bye.